Hi. All right, let's see if we can prop her up there. Oh, Ellie, you just had it so perfect. There we go.
Oh, that looks good.
That's
Is that good?
All right, good job, Ellie.
I tell you, we women, man, we can come up with stuff.
Uh-huh.
That looks perfect.
I know you're so good.
Wow, man.
I'm so impressed.
That's why they pay me the really big bucks to work.
That's
here.
right, they do. We couldn't do it without her. Could not do it without her. Ellie Wharton. And Charlotte Jones of Charlie's Sprouts is here today.
Hi.
So, all right, well, we are going to record an episode. Hi, Sherry. If anyone has any questions as we go through, feel free to type and pop on the screen there, and we will do our best to answer those at the end of the show. So, yeah. All right, well, let's get your headphones on, my dear. Oh, actually, trade me.
Amanda,
Yeah,
what I'll do is for the signs,
yeah.
I will come over here.
Oh, actually, I'm fine with them here. It's
Are you
totally
okay?
fine. Yeah, because I can see it better out of purple. Could you? Because I'll still be faced this way. I
Yeah.
know proper etiquette would be to face this way, but well,
I know. That's what I was saying.
I know. But I'm okay with it because we're
Okay.
trying a new setup. Would you mind giving me a cue at about 6 minutes as well, so that I
6?
can make time to,
Okay.
in case we've got some questions that we want to get to?
Okay.
Thanks. All right. All right. Check, check.
Let's do a quick sound check.
Yeah. Check, check. You're listening to Get Real to Heal.
Speak again. Speak again.
Check, check. This is Amanda LaPlante.
Okay, let me hear.
Okay.
Hello. Checking. 1, 2, 3.
So smooth.
I'm gonna ask you all are gonna need to speak a little louder.
Okay. You can't just crank us up?
No,
You know, just add some bass?
too much, it gets fuzzy.
Yeah.
So I need you all to speak a little loud.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
We can do that.
Make sure our levels are turned up. Okay. Hi, Mario. Hi, Roger. This is Amanda LaPlante, and you're listening to Get Real to Heal on KWRH-LP 92.9 FM. And with me today is Charlotte Jones of Charlie's Sprouts. Do I call you Charlie or Charlotte? Charlotte.
Charlie's good.
Charlie is good. Okay. Charlie, so clearly you're in the Sprouts business, and there's a lot to talk about there, but let's start at the beginning. How did you get into this business?
So in the beginning, I was working at a horse farm out in Kirkwood, and the people that I was working for went to a place called Hippocrates, which is kind of like the mecca of sprout, wheatgrass, living food diet. So they spent, a month out there, realized all the amazing benefits of wheatgrass and sprouts, and then came back here and realized it's a little harder to get a hold of than you would think. So they gave me a bag of seeds and asked me to give it a shot.
You know what? We've got to start over.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Okay.
They can hear you. Ellie couldn't, and we don't know why.
I'm sorry, we're gonna start from the very beginning.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
No problem. You were doing great though. Do that again. Uh-oh, where'd I go?
So I was like, that's weird.
Yeah. You sound good. Yeah.
Okay, take 99.
All right, take 99. All right, let's do that again. This is Amanda LaPlante. You're listening to Get Real to Heal on KWRH-LP 92.9 FM. And I am here today with Charlotte Jones, Charlie of Charlie's Sprouts. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here today. All right, so there are some awesome health benefits and lots of things to talk about with regard to Sprouts, the business that you're in. Let's start at the beginning. How did you get into what you're doing now?
Okay, I was working on a horse farm out in Kirkwood, and the people that I worked for went to a place called Hippocrates, which is out in Florida, It's kind of like the mecca for sprouts and wheatgrass and the living food diet. Founded by Ann Wigmore. She's kind of like the mother of sprouts.
I am familiar. Very
Yeah.
cool.
So they came back here and realized they're not as easy to get a hold of as they thought. So they asked me. They knew that I was into growing plants. I was actually doing their hydroponic water towers at the time. So they were like, hey, want to give this a try? I had like 4 trays on my back porch and went from there, realized it was really fun. And then also, as I'm growing, I was reading books about all the benefits, and I was like, this is really something I could, focus on. So
Yeah.
I went from there.
So it grew from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pun intended. So, all right. So, and that's what I found interesting in talking with you previously and just in our conversations was this wasn't the first career for you, right? And you've had some pretty interesting jobs.
Yeah. I was raised by an entrepreneur. So I, from the age of 7, I decided I was going to run my own business. So I started with finding interesting rocks around and selling it to people. I'd have fancy pizza rocks and all kinds of things, rocks that looked like a smile. Went to a lemonade stand, which grew into lemonade/face painting /sticker stand.
Nice.
And then that's where I got my first employee, because I was a little
Oh,
film
wow.
there.
Okay. First employee, what, age 10-ish?
Probably like 9, 10, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be the right age. And then where did it go from there? I was grooming dogs. I have made jewelry out of wampum shells from Rhode Island.
Well, and then flash forward,
Yeah.
you were a welder as well, right? Did I get that right?
Yep, worked on welding.
But not just any welding.
There was traveling with the wind turbines. So
The giant wind turbines, which is just like, it's fascinating to me. So yeah, you'd climb the tower and do a little welding.
yep, I mean, I was very lower level, mainly was hauling stuff a lot of the times,
Gotcha.
but we did get to do a little bit, so it was exciting. I was
So
a little
cool.
bit of a thrill junkie.
Yeah, sounds like it. So, okay, and now you have this business, Charlie Sprouts, and tell us a little bit about your business.
So, the thing that really kind of kick-started putting this into being a larger business than just growing for the people I was working for was my dad was renting to own a building out in St. Louis. Initially, while I was traveling with, the contracting, I planned to come back and turn it into a children's gymnastics studio, because that's like my passion is gymnastics, since I was a gymnast when I was little. So I got the education degree, the nutrition degree, the personal training certifications, was ready to go. Came back here, got derailed by the plants, and was like, well, I have a building still, so
Yeah. And
greenhouse
so,
it is.
greenhouse it is. Very cool. And so interesting, you mentioned that you were a gymnast growing up, and I know I've talked to you about this before the show. If you wouldn't mind to share a little bit about your personal health journey, which has been interesting, right?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed, I guess it's been almost 5 years now. Well, no, I guess that's not right. We started having problems 5 years ago. Got the actual diagnosis probably about 2 years ago of EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Yeah. Ehlers-Danlos. Yeah, it's EHLERS. I know that syndrome. So if anyone wants to look it up.
Most people would know it as like rubber man syndrome would be the nickname. It means I'm double jointed in just about every joint in my body, which as a gymnast is awesome. As an adult, because I overextended, I now have really uncomfortable arthritis and pain in all of my joints. So that's where sprouts started kicking in for my own personal journey, was because it increases the oxygen in your blood, and it helps cleanse you, it helps alkaline balance your body. There's so many benefits that started really helping me and making it to where I didn't feel like I need an oil can every morning to get out of bed.
Right, yeah. Feeling like the Tin Man a little bit, quite the opposite of where you had been. So, yeah, all right, so that wasn't on your radar, though. It was like you kind of started researching and growing the sprouts, and then you realized that they had these benefits right around the time that you started developing this disease, this or you got this diagnosis. So, kind of an oddly fortunate timing, right?
Somebody was looking out for me at some point.
Yeah, God, the universe works well that way. So, very cool. So, all right, let's talk about some of those benefits of sprouts. And first, let's talk a little about, okay, some people may be listening and going, sprouts. Okay, great. What's a sprout in the first place? So,
okay, so sprouts are vegetables that are in their baby form. They are going to be consumed from the moment you add water. Let's back up a little bit. So, the moment you add water to a seed, it kind of wakes it up. It had benefits before, it had nutrition value before, but as soon as you add that water, it's kind of like waking it up. It's being born. So now it's got anywhere from 60 to 200 times the amount of nutrition than it did before the water was introduced. Sprouts are kind of like the stem cells of the plant world in the fact that they grow for the first 10 to 12 days off of the energy that they have inside of their seeds themselves. So if you consume them before that 10-day mark, which at that point in time they drop their roots and start absorbing nutrition from the soil and from the air versus their little superpower, because they are superfoods that they came with initially. If you consume them beforehand, they're considered a living food. So that's really the most nutrition they're ever going to be. Kind of like if you've ever seen the movie Benjamin Buttons.
okay.
When he's born, he is old. He's got all the knowledge in the world. As he, grows younger, he's losing that nutrition.
Okay,
Sprouts are the same way.
interesting. So, first 10 days.
On
after
average
germination.
of the variety of sprout, it's around 10 days.
Okay, and what varieties do you grow?
We grow around 30, 35 varieties.
What are some
Honestly,
of the,
anything
yeah.
I can get my hands on sprout-wise, if I hear of a new seed, you can guarantee I'm ordering it within the
She
week.
finds a seed, she's sprouting it. That's cool. So what are some of the more popular sprouts that you have?
Most popular that people know of would be broccoli, alfalfa is really big, radish. Our main ingredients our main products that we sell is the wheatgrass, the sunflower, and the pea sprouts. Those are the most popular for juicing, and we supply several juice bars around town.
And what causes them to one to be more popular than the other? Is it the flavor? Is it the nutrition content?
Flavor, yes. Nutrition content, yes. But also, I think a lot of it is just there's not a lot of people out there that's talking about them. So when they do, they tend to focus on the ones that are like, everybody has heard of broccoli sprout, or most people have. And if you look into a lot of them, like fenugreek or arugula, they all have amazing benefits. It's just kind of getting the knowledge out there and then knowing how to use it as more than just a garnish. It's, they're very flavor packed and delicious. You just got to know
What
how
to do with them?
Yeah, you got to know what to do or look it up.
What's the most unsung sprout hero that you have right now in your 35 varieties?
Ooh, I'm a really big sunflower fan because I like the crunchiness, and they have 60 times more of the nutrients than blueberries, so they're awesome for your skin, and they taste delicious in salads.
Very, very cool. So, okay, topping the salads, what else do we do with sprouts?
Spring rolls are really popular. I have chilies that I make out of the sprouted seeds. You can do cheeses. You can do Rejuvelac.
Well, cheeses.
Yep. You
Tell me
can
more.
make cheeses out of sprout seeds. Sunflower cheese is really popular for a lot of vegans use sunflowers. Almonds, all of those sprouted.
I had no idea. Okay, so cheeses, and I'm sorry I cut you off.
Oh no, you're
You
good.
had other awesome things to say. So.
I mean, I do teas. I just kind of went mad scientist crazy on what can I do with these. So I'm still discovering new things every day.
So cool. All right, tell me about, so now we know a little bit about the varieties you have. We know a little bit about what we can do with them in the kitchen and for fun. Tell me a little bit about, so once we've done those things for fun, what does it do for our body?
So the main benefit of sprouts is you'll hear a lot of people say chlorophyll. They have the highest amount of chlorophyll in them than any other plants. So what chlorophyll does for you is it's really good for your skin. It's good for balancing out your cleansing. It's basically like a cleanser for your body. It kind of kicks in the self-clean. They're also awesome because they not only help digest themselves, they help digest other food in your system, which is kind of giving your whole immune system and your digestive system a break, which is nice.
So we're talking they have built-in enzymes.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just last night had a group class and we were talking about gut health and how important enzymes are for digestion and how by eating more raw foods that have enzymes naturally within them, they can help not only digest themselves but other things. And so that's so cool to hear you reinforce that.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest problems with people getting cancer and numerous other issues is the oxidation in the blood or in your body. Sprouts fight that. So whenever you take away that that issue, you now get. That's why people say they're anti-aging. They help kind of reverse issues that are going on in your system.
So just loaded with antioxidants.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Alkaline balancing your body is really important. The wheatgrass shot every morning or, a couple times a week is going to really do yourself some good.
Now, a lot of people that I've talked with will say, yeah, okay, wheatgrass shot, great, but they're kind of expensive. How do you answer that?
It's all about the why people buy McDonald's versus going to the grocery store and buying quality organic meat. It is going to be more expensive because you have people that are not mass producing this. You have smaller hands on there which are able to control the environment. We're able to, me personally, a lot of the other sprout farmers around town I would assume would do the same. I've been to 2 of the farms that we get the seeds from. I research all of them heavily before I ever buy anything from them because they're like sponges. So if it's in a bad environment, they're going to absorb that, and you're never going to know until you grow it and you eat it and you get sick, which is the issues that we've had with some of the sandwich companies. They were buying seeds from contaminated fields and from bad areas. So just being overly thorough on that, it takes time, research, and that's where a lot of the cost comes from.
Well, I think people have gotten, it's good to hear you say that because one of the things that I talk with my clients about a lot in my health coaching practices, well, a couple of things. One, food is an investment in your health. You're either building health or tearing your health down with every bite you take, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know that's true. The other thing is, we've gotten away from doing this ourselves, right? It used to be people understood the value of food because they had hands on it and they understood the work that went into it.
Mm-hmm.
We're so detached from that now with all of our supply chains being the way that they are that we forget that there are people like you out there that are taking the time to really investigate, okay, the quality of the seed, who's growing the seed in the first place, and then putting the care into that process to make sure that you're producing a quality product that's safe and nutritious and going to build health in us. And food is one of the best investments that we can make.
It is, absolutely. And sprouts are kind of nice because me personally, when I was little, my parents laugh about this every time they think about the business that I'm in. I was the kid that would not eat their vegetables. I mean, green beans were cool. Everything else was gross, and I wouldn't touch it. And sprouts are awesome because you have just one tiny little ounce. You could put it on top of your salad. It's not even a full salad. And you're eating, 2 to 3 heads of adult-sized broccoli and nutrition. That's something that a lot of people, whenever you tell them, the value amounts, and they're like, oh, this is really a thing. It's like, yep,
Yeah,
it is.
that's
it's
a thing. Yeah, it's just it's amazing. I actually didn't realize that the nutrition content was that much higher until you just said that. That's
Yep.
really I'm gonna eat more sprouts. I was eating some sprouts, but now I'm gonna eat more sprouts.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's really good for kids too, because it's a very easy thing to put in a little smoothie that they have no clue that they're getting all that nutrition.
Sneak it right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One shot of wheatgrass is equivalent to 3 pounds of vegetables. So imagine putting a little shot of that in there, and next time they say they don't want to eat their vegetables, you're like, haha, you have.
Oh, but you have. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so talk to me now. You mentioned these are good for your skin, right? And
They
we
are.
talked a little bit about eczema before the show. I am currently a mom trying to conquer eczema for a 12-year-old. So, yeah, this is very helpful information. But how have sprouts helped your skin?
So, again, going with the mad scientist idea, I bought a steam distillation system. So it kind of looks like little beakers and stuff all over the place. And basically what it does is it extracts the essential oils out of the sprouts. So whenever you do that, you've now got the essential oil of the sprout. So what I did with that was I researched different types of oils to add it to that would be best for my skin. Grapeseed oil was a really big one. Hemp oil is a really big one.
I've heard those before. So why are they so good for the skin?
They are anti-inflammatory and antioxidants in there. So it's going to help not only cleanse the area, but kind of kick out the infection that's there as well. With the sprouts added in there, you're getting the benefits of the chlorophyll and all the awesome vitamins that comes along with sprouts. Sprouts are on average, it's like I gotta remember my numbers now. It's like 165 vitamins and nutrients. On average, they're able to absorb 98% of what's in the air and what's in the soil. So you're getting not only a compact thing, but you're I'm losing my words. You're getting nutrition packed and
Nutritionally dense,
Yes,
just
there
very
you go.
dense.
Yep.
Yeah. No, okay, that makes total sense.
So,
Well, and I think a lot of people think, well, it's just my skin, I've got a little skin, but your skin is your largest organ. It's incredibly important for, maintaining homeostasis and protecting every other organ that you have, right? And it has a lot of, and detoxification. And I think that's where a lot of the skin issues come in, right? Because it is a detoxifying organ when we've got some other issues, at least with my son we've been looking into. He has a few different detoxification pathways that are impaired by some genes, some dirty genes, which unfortunately came from me. So
it happens.
it happens. I have them too. But mine just manifested in different ways. His tend to, manifest with his skin issues. And so yeah, being able to help with that, that oxidation process, the detoxifying, and then now knowing that topically we can apply some things to help to clear out the infection from the things that are still trying to detox out the skin is really pretty cool.
Yeah, if you want to be very conservative after you juice the sprouts, the pulp that you have in there, if you put it inside of a tea bag and then put it inside of your bathtub, you're getting all those benefits in your skin as well.
You are a mad scientist. That is fantastic.
It's weird the things I think of in the middle of the night about sprouts.
That is awesome. Okay, so yeah, I don't even know where to go from there. That's great. All right, so we've talked about a lot of good stuff here. let's talk a little bit about where people can find your product.
Okay, so we sell our energy blend, which is dehydrated sprouts into a powder that's sold at Symbol restaurants and the Vine restaurants. We also sell the fresh wheatgrass sprouts and juicing, so the microgreens and the juicing sprouts to I Love Juice Bars, Ladue and Rock Hill. And then the Vine, we also sell fresh greens too. You can also, we use them as a hub as well, so if you want to buy actual poundage, just let them know. I actually help with the juice bar out there with their nutrition program, so I'm there often.
So what are some of the things that you do with their nutrition program?
So we're going more towards the focus of cleansing diets and then teaching people why they should be juicing. You know, it gives you the benefits of raw food diet, so just kind of building a program there to kind of bring it a little bit easier, layman's terms, for the average people that want to juice but they don't want to spend all night reading.
I get that, yeah, and I have to say, green juice was the first step on my health journey. It literally changed my life.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta treat the internal problem first, so that's the best way to start.
It all starts there. Okay, so and then you were talking about juice, and then you said clean diet, essentially. Was that what your other point there with them?
Oh yeah,
The nutrition program. Yeah.
It is, yeah, and it's a clean diet, meaning the best benefit is to eat it raw, of course, but you can always throw in, same thing as saying broccoli is not healthy once I bake it. No, you're still going to get benefits, but it's always best to do it fresh.
And so why is it best to do it fresh?
Because as you raise the temperature, you're going to be killing some of those enzymes and nutrients. So obviously, if you're doing it for medical reasons, then that is the best way to do it, is consume it raw. I do it for medical reasons, but I also enjoy cooking. I mean, that's what I do for an evening, is I put on music and I cook a meal. And so if I want to stuff a chicken with cheese and broccoli sprouts, I'm going to do it. It's going to be delicious.
Vegan sprout cheese.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah. Circling back there. All right. So we've got just a couple minutes left. I want to make sure that we let people know how they can get in touch with you. So
Okay.
Let's start with that.
So charliesprouts.com is going to be a good one to go to. It's got my phone number on there. We do not have online ordering yet, so if you just message us, we can tell you how we do that as well. And then we have a Facebook page. We have an Instagram.
Yeah, what are your handles for those?
Facebook is Charlie Sprouts, and then Instagram is Charlie Sprouts St. Louis.
I love following your Instagram.
Thank
You always
you.
have very good information, and it's clever and it's fun, and I love it.
My goal with this is really not just to grow the plants, but also to kind of bring the knowledge out to anybody that'll listen to me talk about plants.
I love listening to you, so it's good. And and you mentioned it was I Love Juice Bar that you work with on the nutrition program, right?
The
Education.
Vine restaurant
The
is
Vine,
the one that
thanks.
I work with on the nutrition program.
And where's that located?
That is on South Grand.
Okay.
It's called the Vine Cafe Mediterranean Restaurant. We actually have one of the best patios in St. Louis. I think we were voted like number 4 patio or something last year. It's awesome.
I love a good patio. That's always good. All right, and then your nutrition program, your offerings, when are those?
Right now we're building it, so it is more come in, let us know what's going on, and we kind of cater a program for you.
That is, that is really, really cool. All right.
Thank you.
Well, it has been a pleasure to have you on today.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me out.
Absolutely. We'll have to do it again. So Charlotte Jones of Charlie Sprouts. Thanks again. My name is Amanda LaPlante. I am a health coach. You've been listening to Get Real to Heal on KWRH LP 92.9 FM. If you'd like a free consultation with me, you can reach out anytime at 314-583-6749. You can also find me online at amandalaplante.com, and you can find me on Facebook at Get Real to Heal. You can also follow me on Instagram at Get Real to Heal, and make it a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Danielle. That was fun. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. Actually, I'll be back on live in a few minutes with Andrea Garcia, owner of Calm Blue Kombucha, so that should also be a really fun interview, so stick around. Let's see if we can actually...
We're not
Awkward.